My name is Holly Wilson. I am 23 years old and I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. The first time I was sexually assaulted was on Halloween, and it was a mutual friend at a party, and I was drugged. I didn't really realize what happened at the time. It took years to understand that I had no control over it. And then the second time was 2 months later, and it was two guys in the back of a car. I don't really remember much of it, except that it was extremely traumatizing for me, and it really changed a lot about how I saw myself and how I showed up for the world.
My name is Chloe Malier. I'm 19 and I'm from Austin, Texas. I was with two of my friends at a coffee shop and they wanted to come over to hang out, and I said okay because I knew both of them. And so I went, and they just got super aggressive out of the blue, and basically everything just escalated to the point where one of them walked up the stairs to get one of his friends' keys to his truck, and I was basically pulled out of the house and put in the truck. And I didn't really think I could defend myself in any way, and so I just had no choice but to really do what they wanted because they were really threatening.
My name is JL. I'm 33 years old and I'm from Detroit, Michigan. When I was about 7 years old, I was sexually abused by my stepfather, and he proceeded to abuse me up until I was 13. So this began happening when my mom wasn't around, and in the beginning I told my mom what had happened to me and she didn't believe me. Throughout that time, it started off with just kissing in an adult way and proceeded into very inappropriate adult behaviors that made me feel like I was worthless and I was not valuable. And I definitely feel like my innocence was stolen for a long time.
I definitely started isolating a lot. I couldn't really understand what happened to me, so the best way I could explain it was by shaming myself. I thought I was a slut, and so I just spent days in bed crying and depressed and confused.
I was immediately stuck in a loop. I was telling myself, well, maybe that's not what actually happens, maybe I'm just crazy, and I didn't want to believe that that's what happened.
I was paranoid and confused, and I felt really alone. So my anxiety went up and I felt really depressed.
This event affected my mental health by me having, I would say, no self-esteem rather than low self-esteem. I had no self-worth. I was very depressed.
I felt like it was all my fault. I had no one to tell me it wasn't my fault.
Because of that abuse, I felt hollow and ashamed for a really long time.
That period of my life, and those events still affect me today in different ways than they used to. I don't spend days on end like laying in bed and hiding away from the world. I don't spend so much time in self-loathing and blaming myself. So I've had to just really work on not letting myself fall into that place again, because for a long time I couldn't say the word rape, and I thought because I was drunk or because I was at that party or whatever, I looked for every reason to blame myself rather than accept the fact that yes, that happened to me and I was a victim. So I still have a tendency to like seek out kind of unhealthy behaviors and unhealthy relationships because my self-esteem is kind of low, but it's changing all the time.
I still get thrown through that loop sometimes, and being bipolar, it really will trigger manic episodes or like major depressive episodes, which are very difficult for me to get out of. But, you know, I just call other women and they just talk me through it, and usually I'll come to the same conclusion that it was what it was. And then again, I'm still in denial about it a lot of the time, but now at least when those episodes end, I can tell myself that that was what happened and I can believe it.
I mean, today I can honestly say that like I don't feel like my mental health is affected by being sexually abused because I have worked diligently in therapy. I've done EMDR, and I consistently work with other women and share my experiences about what happened to me. And I don't know, I've definitely taken my life back, but it's taken a long time and a lot of hard work to get to that place. And I am still very sensitive when I hear other women like share their experiences, and I am honestly, I can't say I'm grateful that that happened to me, but I can say that I'm okay with it having happened because I survived it, and I'm able to channel that in a way to have empathy for others.
It's important to talk about stuff.
We should not be ashamed.
I'm more than my body, I'm more than sex.
There are people that care and people that will listen.
It's important.
It is possible to gain freedom and to gain self-respect and to feel whole again, regardless of how severe your abuse has been, and to not give up.